You know the drill,
Yeah.
right? That moment you hit send on, say, a bunch of high-res photos for a client, or maybe that amazing video from your trip, and then bam, your email just throws up that digital brick wall.
Yeah.
File too big.
Yeah. We've all been there. It's incredibly frustrating.
And for so many of us, the immediate thought, the reflex almost, is WeTransfer.
Exactly.
It's become this kind of digital workhorse, hasn't it?
Yeah.
A simple fix for a problem basically everyone runs into.
Definitely.
But, it's more than just a handy tool. There's a really fascinating story behind this company. It started as, well, just a straightforward way to send big files.
Super straightforward.
But it's grown into something much bigger, much more ambitious, like a whole platform for creative people. So our mission today is to really unpack WeTransfer. Look at its cleverness, its business model, which is pretty interesting, and figure out what its whole journey tells us about where digital tools might be heading.
And I think that's key. It's not just about the tech specs, is it? It's really understanding how something designed for one specific thing, solving that file too big headache, can, strategically grow. And what that business model, that mix of free and paid, actually means for us, the users, in this sort of connected digital world we're in.
Absolutely. So let's start at the core. WeTransfer's main job, its whole reason for being, is moving large files around. It's that digital middleman.
Right.
But what was the stroke of genius in how they first did it? Because it felt so simple, almost obvious in retrospect.
Yeah.
It wasn't just what they did, it was how. They completely sidestepped all the usual email attachment limits. You just upload to their servers, they handle the link or the email. By sort of hiding all the messy server stuff and giving us that dead simple drag and drop, they really made sharing big files easy for everyone, didn't they?
Precisely. And I think that deceptive simplicity is where the genius lies. They saw the problem wasn't the file itself, it was getting it from A to B. So by removing the friction points especially, and this was huge, not forcing you to create an account just to send something on the free plan.
Oh, yeah. That was brilliant.
Huge psychological barrier removed right there, especially for someone just needing it once or twice. That definitely helped it spread like wildfire early on. It's still kind of their secret sauce, I think, why it became the go-to so fast.
And that ease of use combined with the main selling point, sending files way bigger than email allows, that interface is just so intuitive. Drag, drop, put in some emails, click transfer, almost zero friction.
Almost none.
Okay, so if that's the free way in, how do they actually make money? Because sending massive files costs bandwidth, costs storage, and that's where the paid tiers come in. And honestly, it feels like a masterclass in selling convenience. So looking at the latest updates, April 2025, the free plan lets you send up to 2 gigabit per transfer. But, and here are the catches, you're limited to 10 transfers a month, and there's a total monthly cap of 3 gigabit.
Oh, okay. So not just per file, but total volume too.
Exactly. Plus, those files, they're only available to download for 3 days.
3 days. That's tight.
It is tight. These numbers, 2 gigs, 3 gigs total, 3 days, they feel very specifically chosen.
Yeah.
What's the strategy there? How does that gently, or maybe not so gently, push people towards paying?
Well, it's classic freemium strategy, really. It's almost textbook behavioral economics.
Yeah.
They give you enough value in the free tier to see how useful it is to get you hooked on the convenience.
Right.
But then they put in limits that become real pain points if you use it regularly or for anything important, like professional work.
Yeah, if a client misses that 3-day window.
Exactly. Or if you hit that 2 GB limit mid-project, suddenly paying for unlimited transfers or longer storage or just peace of mind, it doesn't seem like a luxury anymore. It feels necessary.
So they're selling convenience and reliability, not just features.
Precisely. They're selling the removal of the free tier's deliberate limitations.
Okay, so those paid options, WeTransfer Pro, Premium, Ultimate, they unlock the serious stuff.
Yeah.
We're talking much bigger file size limits, right?
Right.
Up to 300 gigabytes, maybe even unlimited on the top plan.
Yeah, huge increases.
More cloud storage space, files sticking around for way longer, maybe indefinitely. And other things too, like password protection, which is important, custom branding options for businesses, no ads, which we'll come back to.
Right, the ads.
And even team features like shared workspaces on some plans. So they cover a pretty wide range of needs, from just casual use up to like serious professional workflows.
It definitely caters to a broad spectrum.
But it's not just about size, is it? They also talk about quality and security, like preserving the original quality of photos and videos, including the metadata. Why is keeping that metadata such a big deal, especially for creative folks?
Oh, it's critical because that metadata, the EXIF data on photos showing camera settings, date, maybe location, or project info embedded in videos, it's like the file's fingerprint.
Okay.
If you strip that out, it can break workflows, make it hard to manage assets later, or even remove vital attribution or copyright info.
Okay.
So the fact that WeTransfer tries to preserve that shows they really understand what creative professionals need. It's not just a generic pipe for data.
Right. It shows they're thinking about the content, not just the container.
Mm.
And what about security? They mention SSL/TLS and AES 256-bit encryption.
Standard stuff, but important.
What does that actually mean for us? Like, how safe is our data when we upload it? Is it encrypted just while sending or also while sitting on their servers? Is it true end-to-end?
That's a really good question, and the distinction matters. So SSL/TLS secures the connection during the transfer, stops eavesdropping while it's in transit.
Okay.
AES 256-bit encryption usually means the files themselves are encrypted on their servers, so at rest. But typically, the service provider WeTransfer, in this case, holds the keys to decrypt those files.
So it's not end-to-end where only the sender and receiver have the keys.
Generally, no. Not in the strictest sense for the free tier. This means, theoretically, WeTransfer could access the files if legally required, or perhaps in other circumstances.
So for everyday stuff like vacation photos, probably fine.
Yeah, for most casual use, it's generally considered secure enough, but
But if you're sending something really sensitive, like confidential client designs or legal papers.
exactly. That's where the password protection you mentioned, which comes with the paid plans, adds a crucial extra layer. It's controlled by you, the user. So even if someone somehow bypassed WeTransfer's server security, they'd still need that password. It adds another barrier.
Got it. So security is layered, and you get more layers if you pay.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then there's accessibility. It works everywhere, basically. Website, dedicated apps for iPhone, iPad, Android,
Mm-hmm. Seamless across devices.
which definitely helps explain why it's so ubiquitous. You could use it at your desk or, send files from your phone on the train.
Yeah, that cross-platform availability is key to its reach.
Okay, so this balance between easy for beginners and powerful for pros. It makes you wonder about the company itself. Who is WeTransfer BV? What's their story?
Well, they're a Dutch company, founded way back in 2009, based in Amsterdam.
Okay, so they've been around a while.
They have, and a really significant recent development was their acquisition in 2024. They were bought by Bending Spoons.
Bending Spoons. They're an Italian tech company, right? Known for buying and growing mobile apps.
That's the one. So that acquisition likely signals a new phase of growth or strategy. But going back to their core model, what's always been fascinating is their dual revenue stream.
Right.
The free service, which millions use, is supported by advertising, but not just any ads.
No, these are full screen ads, right? They take over the whole background while you're waiting for the upload or download.
Exactly. Not subtle little banner ads.
Yeah.
Pretty prominent stuff. That's a bold move, isn't it? Most services try to be less intrusive.
It really is. What's the thinking there? Are they just betting that the service is so useful people will put up with it? Or is it deliberately a bit annoying to push you towards paying?
I think it's absolutely calculated. Think about it. A banner ad is easy to ignore. A full-screen takeover, you have to look at it while you wait.
True captive audience.
Right. High viewability for their advertisers. It's definitely a risk it could turn some people off, but it also very effectively demonstrates the value proposition of the ad-free paid plans.
Pay us, and this goes away.
Exactly. It makes the ad-free experience a tangible benefit. So yeah, that dual model lets them serve a massive free audience while strongly monetizing the users who need more or just hate the ads.
Clever. And speaking of growth, they haven't just stuck to file transfer, have they? They've been buying other companies.
Yeah, that's part of their evolution. They acquired Collect, which is an app for mood boarding and organizing visual inspiration.
Okay.
And also Portals, which is focused on getting feedback on creative projects.
Interesting. So Collect for the beginning of the process, Portals for the review stage, and WeTransfer for delivery.
Exactly. It looks like they're trying to build out a whole suite of tools that covers the entire creative workflow, moving way beyond just sending the final file.
That's a big shift from being a single-purpose tool. What are the potential pitfalls there as they try to become this bigger ecosystem?
Well, it's definitely compelling, this pivot. It mirrors what a lot of platforms are trying to do, own more of the user's journey. The big challenge, I think, will be keeping that original simplicity and elegance that made WeTransfer so popular in the first place.
Right, avoiding bloat.
Exactly. Can they integrate these new tools smoothly without making the core experience complicated or clunky? They need to make sure adding features for the whole creative process doesn't ruin that original secret sauce of just being effortless for file transfer.
That makes sense. It's a tricky balancing act. Okay, so wrapping this up, WeTransfer's journey is pretty remarkable. From a simple fix for a common problem to, well, a company with this clever dual revenue thing, and now a growing toolkit for creatives. It really shows how you can start with one great idea and then build out strategically.
Yeah, and what stands out is how they've managed to keep serving both the casual user who just needs something quick and free and the professional who needs robust, reliable, paid features. They seem to really understand those different user needs and how to cater to them while still growing their overall platform. It's quite impressive.
It really is. And that leads us to a final thought for you, our listener, to maybe chew on. Given this evolution we've talked about, from just sending files to becoming this broader creative platform, what does that suggest about the future of specialized digital tools in general? Are we going to see more single-purpose apps try to become these all-encompassing ecosystems? And if so, what does that mean for us as users, for our experience, for our choices? Something to think about.